Ang early bird, very good evening. Good evening lalo na sa early bird natin tonight. Okay, teka, share muna natin yung live video. Okay. So alam niyo na, lalo na sa mga may katanungan tonight, dahil early bird kayo, kailangan i-maximize, mag-send na ng mga questions. You know how it is. Mabilisan. So kailangan mag-send ka agad ng questions. Share ko muna yung live video. Ay, nako, good evening. Ay, I'm so happy that my fellow intuitive tarot readers here. Hello, Jeff. Alam mo na, Jeff reads cards. Napaka, ano yan. Mamaya, may promotion tayo. Siyempre, kailangan. Hello din, Beshi Tin. Congratulations for being here tonight. Alam ko may katanungan. Unahin na natin yan. Fastest finger tayo, siyempre. All the way from Sweden, siyempre naman. And my fellow Reiki master. Good evening sa inyo. O share na natin. Oh my gosh! Hello, hello. I really love your username, Emerald Dweller. Blessings din sa inyo. Maraming Yam, hello. Nice to see you. Good evening. Okay. Okay. Share lang natin yung live video tonight. Okay. Yan. Good evening din, Yam. Ayan, okay. Okay. Yan. Okay. Good evening. Ay, nako, ayan na. Nung sinabi ko naman nung sinabi ko naman na mag-send na ng questions, hindi naman kayo nagbibiro talaga, no? Ayan na. Oh, so good evening everybody sa lahat ng, especially may mga katanungan tonight, ayan na. Okay? So, send in your questions right away dahil nag-uumpisa na naman na mapuno yung ating inbox. And I know as much as possible, we are going to exhaust all of these questions for tonight. And syempre, it's gonna be very meaningful because again, we're gonna have 3 card spreads for everybody. It will always give you a complete picture of your situation. Kasi unlike, just to share the difference between how it is compared versus 1 card pull versus a 3 card pull. When we talk about 1 card pull, when you ask a question, ang ibibigay ko sa inyo is what is ahead. So, kung ano yung possible outcome niya. But if we do a 3 card spread, it will give you an idea where your past energy is about. So anong energy ng past energy, anong energy ng current energy, and kung saan papunta yung current energy natin. So it's more meaningful just because you will have a very good idea na hindi lang kung anong meron sa na mga possibilities that we can see in the future. You will also have an idea of what your current energy is about and kung saan nanggagaling yung mga old energies natin. I miss this. I want to know about career and love. Ay, sure. So, alam niyo na, sa lahat ng may mga, mga katanungan, marami nang dumating na mga questions. Nagwawala ni uling inbox natin. So, please go ahead and send in your questions as early as now para mamaya pag-usapan natin lahat. But let me also just key in our guidelines for tonight. Okay. 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 There you go. Okay, let me just spin our post. So the reminder for everybody who's joining for tonight, I've already placed here in our comment section our guidelines. These are just easy guidelines for everybody. So if you are new here, welcome po. Later on, we will provide you with our guidelines, specific guidelines on how we're going to be asking our questions. May guidelines na din po tayo. So if you're new here, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to spend this time with you tonight and trusting that this night will be equally meaningful for everybody. Now, I know most of you are really wanting to participate, but no matter, dahil nga ayun nga, medyo ang dami na rin pumasok dun sa inbox natin, and for sure it's gonna be very jam-packed tonight. Now, just in case na hindi po tayo makapag-participate tonight, meaning medyo natabunan na yung ating mga yung ating questions. So pag hindi siya umabot for tonight, wag po kayo mag-alala. Every time that we provide guidance and wisdom for everybody, we make sure na this is something that everybody can resonate with. Everybody can simply anong tawag dito, can simply relate to the guidance dahil as much as possible, it's not just of course this is gonna be target specific sa mga questions sa mga participants natin for tonight. Pero we make sure that the answers will be as universal as possible. When I say it can be very universal, is that no matter how the answers that I will be providing for the participants are directly catered to their situation, lahat po ng mga ibibigay natin na guidance, one way or another, either napagdaanan nyo na, or either na-experience nyo din siya, or if not possible in the future, if you encounter the same situation, at least you're gonna be equipped with wisdom and you would know how to rise above these life challenges. And that is something that we will continuously do as we go on with our sessions. Okay. By the way, this is a very good reminder that everybody who's going to be joining tonight, you are all up for such a great treat because here in our live sessions here in Reiki with Marky, lahat po na nag-tune in, most especially towards the end. So I would advise everybody joining tonight to stay until the very end because at the end, before our show ends, we collate names of participants na nanonood pa rin towards the end. You are going to be qualifying for a raffle draw, and this is going to be our second monthly draw, and you're going to be winning some prizes. And what are the prizes? You will have a chance to win workshops with us. So last Sunday, nakuha na natin yung mga winners ng Crystal Work for Modern Living. We also have the winners for the emotional healing class. Nangyari na yan this Sunday. And for next weekend, yes, meron din tayong winners for next weekend. Let me also just announce, nga pala, we have the winners for last weekend. We have Ivy Imperial and Maria Patricia Policarpio. You also won meditation and life-changing mantras workshop this coming weekend, this coming Sunday. It's gonna happen between 2 p.m. up to 6 p.m. So congratulations sa winners natin. Later on, I will also announce the previous winners for last month's special raffle. And so every time that we're gonna be going live, lahat po ng mga mag-tune in towards the end, you are all gonna be qualified to join our raffle. Every week, we're gonna do this. Every session, we're gonna do this continuously. And at the end of the month, we will be drawing our winners again. And this is the prize is gonna be the workshop for our December schedule. Okay, so looking forward to seeing more prizes to give away. So, sige. Sandali, ah. Maybe, check mo nga din si Bessie ngayon. Nag-message lang. Nagpapaska na yun. Check mo lang din si Bessie. Okay. Ay, dyan pala kayo. Sorry na. Okay. So, okay. Okay. So, how about we start our session na for tonight? Okay, so we're going to be starting our session. If you're new here, by the way, good evening. We're going to be starting our session. And here in Reiki with Marky, especially Tarot Tuesdays, we will always start our session with a prayer. I am a practicing Hindu, so I will be saying my prayers in Hindu, or chant or sing my prayers in Hindu. But I highly encourage everybody who's tuned in right now, especially if you are someone who's needing, or if you're going to be participating in tonight's session, let us all gather in God's name and pray for guidance, wisdom, and protection as we go through tonight's session. Okay? So let us start. Om. 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 Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshvara, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshvara, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshvara, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Wow. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Napaka-refreshing that prayer. But let me just connect my boy. Hold on. Ayan. Okay. Good evening, everybody. Ay, teka. Kabit ko lang, ha? Ay, pala ka. Sorry. Ayan. Good evening. Namaskaram, everybody. Namaskaram, namaste, or namaskar. It's a Hindu greeting that says, the light in me sees and acknowledges the light in you, or the God in me sees and acknowledges the God in you. Good evening po. My name is Marky Mendoza, and I'm a Reiki master and teacher, and also an intuitive tarot reader and teacher. And welcome to your official Tuesday night habit. And this is your Tarot Tuesdays. Now, here in Tarot Tuesdays, we always provide free tarot reading para sa lahat. So, kung lahat po kayo may katanungan kayo, anything that concerns your love life, yung career natin, and syempre yung health natin, pinaka-importante. Libre ang magtanong, walang problema, sagot ko ang mga katanungan ninyo. Simple lang po ang ating rules para mag-participate in tonight's session. So, all you need to do to participate in our free reading session, ang kailangan nyo lang po is to share this live video and then take a screenshot of that. And then please send a screenshot doon sa official Facebook page natin. It's Everyday Reiki with Marky. And then libre na tayo magtanong. Now, all of the questions, we will be answering them at with first come and first serve basis po tayo, one question at a time. Because I know some of you may have several questions. So as much as possible, ang uunahin po natin is your first question, and then uubusin po muna natin yung queue. And once we're done with the queue, we will have an opportunity to do some run-throughs with your previous questions. Okay? So also, we will be using this tarot card. I guess this is gonna be our card for the month, and you've also seen this in nako ha, panoorin ninyo yung weekly tarot reading natin, because every Sunday we create an episode. It gives you the the energies of the week. And this week, medyo kapit ulit tayo. It's really a roller coaster ride again. Today, this is gonna be a very good day. Yesterday and today, actually, it's a very good day. But come Wednesday up to Saturday, medyo kakapit tayo. Okay, so if you want full details, please watch yung weekly tarot reading natin. Kasi last week, I know you experienced a roller coaster ride of emotion, myself included. But then again, when we get to at least have a heads up sa mga upcoming energies natin, we become prepared. Okay? Yung impact ng mga energies natin, it becomes lesser. Okay? Dahil the more prepared we are, the better we go through with our day. Now, we are going to be using this Golden Tarot of the Czar. This is going to be our tarot deck for tonight. And meron dalawang klase ng tarot cards na pwede natin mabunot. One is a major card and one is a minor card. So kapag ang mga questions natin, we will be getting major cards and we're going to be getting 3 cards per question per participant. And that means every question that we will have, the more major cards that we get, ibig sabihin it is going to be a very clear answer. Either it's a clear blessing or it can be a warning. Now, kung hindi naman major cards na makukuha natin, if we get minor cards, hindi naman ibig sabihin hindi siya maganda. All it entails is that there are things to work out para lang mag-manifest ito into a clearer and more sure na blessing. Now, kung ang tanong naman natin, ano naman yung babasahin ni Marky? Saan niya makukuha yung basis ng mga readings? Now, every time I will be reading, of course, the tarot cards will absorb your energy, but that's the key. Your energy is the one that the tarot cards are absorbing, and I'm reading and interpreting these energies for you. Pero saan ang basis? Ano ang basis? Your energies are comprised of 3 elements. Your current, lahat to current thoughts, decisions, and actions. Now, once we start taking action, everything that we start taking action, na ginawa na natin ng actions natin, it will now be subjected to the universal law of cause and effect. This is something that we know by the Christian and the Catholic faith. We know it as a golden rule. For us Hindus, we know it as the law of karma, and for science, it is called Newton's third law of motion, where in every action there's always going to be equal or unequal action reaction. The rule of cause and effect. Now, kung ano man ang mga questions natin and kung ano man mga cards ang lumabas sa atin, do not worry because everything that we say, lagi ko sinasabi, everything that we will get here are always going to be good news. Why? Good news because if there are blessings, of course, if you would want to improve it, remember, lahat ng mga energies na makukuha natin ay base sa current energy natin. Kung maganda na yung makukuha natin ng mga cards, pwede pa nating pagandahin by improving your thoughts, decisions, and actions. Now, kung sa mga questions naman na makukuha natin, we get some warnings. Okay lang din yan. Maganda pa rin yan. It's still a blessing. Why? Because if there is a warning, all we need to do is to shift our thoughts, decisions, and actions for us to have a more favorable na outcome in the future. So therefore, I would always say everything that we will get will always be good news. Now, here's the thing. Lahat ng mga magtatanong, lahat ng magpa-participate, hahanapin ko ang sagot, babasahin ko through the energies ng participants natin. Pero some of the participants may have questions na imbis na hahanapin ko sa sarili nilang energy ang kasagutan, it may entail na hahanapin ko sa ibang energy. Halimbawa, ikaw yung magtatanong, pero yung sagot, imbis sa sarili mong energy, hahanapin ko sa ibang tao yung energy. And if they are not aware that I'm going to do that, or simply, wala silang awareness na yun ang gagawin ko, meron kasi yung karma, okay? Dahil it will be a case of overstepping or simply an invasion of privacy. Ngayon, yung karma, hindi yun mapupunta dun sa nagtanong, kundi sa akin, dun sa sumagot. Because I'm the doer of the action and therefore, ako yung magiging subjected sa karma. Huwag naman, grabe siya, okay? So, but therefore, hindi naman ibig sabihin na kung ang tanong natin will entail usually mga relationship questions friends, family, romantic relationships. Pero hindi naman ibig sabihin hindi pwede magtanong ng relationships. Pwede tayo magtanong so long as ang gagawin lang natin para walang karma, hahati-hatiin natin yung energy, we will include your energy. And then once we do, pwede na natin siyang itanong. However, meron lang tayong konting disclaimer. Every time we divide the energies, we split the energies, there is a tendency that the accuracy may not be as accurate dahil even matapos tong ating session for tonight, tapos any given moment, that yung kasama dun sa equation, dun sa question natin, pag nagbago yung isip nila, yung decision nila, and more so yung mga actions nila, kapag nagbago yun, remember, everything that we do pag may nagbago sa energy ng ibang tao, may chance din na maiba yung possibility or the reading na nakuha ko initially. So therefore, ang pinaka-accurate na energies na mababasa natin ay tungkol sa'yo. Kung sino magpa-participate, sa'yo mismong energy yung pinaka-accurate. Dahil we can only control our own energies and manage our own energies. Anything outside of us, hindi natin siya makokontrol. So therefore, make sure that no matter ano man ang mga questions natin, no matter what these concerns are, it can be for your love life, for your career, or para sa health natin. Therefore, ang kailangan lang naman natin matutunan is the awareness. Now, I want to remind everybody, if magtatanong po tayo, please make your questions specific. Kung magtatanong po tayo, make sure na specific yung mga questions natin. For love life, please tell me kung meron tayong, if you are in a relationship or you're single, o kung nagpapahanap tayo ng makaka-date, pwede rin yan. Pangpapahanap tayo, pwede na rin, i-announce na rin natin dito yan. And, syempre, kung ang questions natin about our career, please tell me kung ano specifically yung kailangan natin malaman sa career natin. Because the more specific the questions, the more direct the answers will be. Okay? So therefore, simulan na natin yung session natin for tonight. And I want to say good evening to everybody. Please tune in towards the end of our show. Lahat po kayo, you have a very good chance to win prizes. Okay? So, mamaya i-announce ko ulit yung past winners natin. Baka nandiyan na rin si si Damien. Baka nandiyan na rin si Damien, tsaka si Ivy Imperial, tsaka si what's her name again? Maria Patricia Policarpio. Kayo yung winners for this Sunday's workshop. So later on announce ko uli yan. Pero simulan na natin yung session natin for tonight. Okay. Aba, okay. 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 Ay. Aba, may ang first natin is Suki. Okay. Aba, very good. Okay. Okay. So, ito ang question ng ating first participant. What is the universe's message for me? Wow. Okay. Honestly, napaka broad ng question niyan, because when we talk about message, literally it does not just parang cover a particular life aspect. Okay? So it's not literally concerning if it's a career, it's not directly concerning your health or what. It's a general message that that the divine or God is asking us to be given. So yun ang titingnan natin for tonight. But therefore, we will get 3 cards para malaman natin what the past energy is, current energy, and kung saan siya pupunta. Okay? So, tingnan na natin. Okay, so here we go. Tingnan natin. Here is your first card. Okay, and here's your second card. Second card. Third card. Okay, nagka-braces naman ako bigla. Okay, sige. Okay, so here is for our first participant. Okay, so here is your first card. Oh my gosh. Unang-una pa lang major card. So mukhang magandang magiging natin. We're on a roll. Sa simula pa lang ang session natin, may major card na tayo kagad. We are, and I'm telling you, it's one of my favorite major cards. If I were to read for myself, ito ang isa sa mga cards na gusto kong lumabas, alam mo yun, para to tell me that for the universe to assure me na at least I am doing something good. Okay. And this is your first card. And remember, 3 cards ang kukunin natin, past, present, and future. So in the past, you have the death card, which is an absolutely amazing card to receive for this session. Okay. So this is, ito maganda yan. Okay. So by the way, again, do not be intimidated on what the death card is, because remember, sabi ko nga, there is a very good reason why the tarot cards may sometimes feel like it's, in the surface it may look like intimidating, but when you get to understand it deeper, especially the meanings are very they're very reassuring. Okay, and this is a very assuring card, because from death comes rebirth. But definitely what this card is about, it is only not symbolizing literal and actual losing of life. Hindi siya ganun. Okay, when we talk about the death card, it's ending a bad chapter, and this is where you're coming from. One of the strongest message of the universe for you is that There are many things that you've experienced in the past, and these experiences may have shaped the person that you are today, because these experiences, there are many things in the surface. There are many blessings, there are many challenges, there are pain and suffering that you experience, but equally there are a lot of success stories that you've encountered. This allowed you this allowed you to just become very, very sure of who you are as a person. Now, this card is assuring you that these are things that happened in the past, and they're in the past for a very good reason. You are meant to go through it, not because it's for the pain and suffering, but because as you go through not just the blessings, but the challenges, the life challenges, and as you learn how to rise above, one, you develop a skill. Number two, you learn how strong you are only if you trust God's plans for you. And this is what this card is telling you. This card is telling you, look at how ang sexy naman ni ano, ang sexy mo diyan. Sobrang hindi, joke lang. Look at this. You riding this horse means you have what it takes for you to go places. Actually, you already are. You're in a different place right now, and that's really good. Now look at this. The motion din nung horse. Naka ano siya, it's like very energetic, it's ready to charge, it's ready to move forward, and it's really meant to just keep moving forward. And look at this. This may seemingly look like a weapon, but literally you are equipped. You are equipped to move forward and be where you're supposed to be without fear, without doubt. Now the next card is ah okay. Now, the current energy, the message for you right now, look at this. You have Four of Pentacles. Yeah, but look at that, Teka. I want to specifically, yan. Look at yung imagery and how the person looks like here in this card. When we get pentacles in a card, it resonates abundance. Okay, so if you're asking for, especially if the questions are about career, yan. Pag lumabas ang pentacles, it's really referring to abundance. But look at the imagery here. Okay, the imagery here, there's already abundance here sa kamay natin. But we are holding it so tight. We are holding it so tight. Now, it is not a question that you are someone who can share or who is also willing to share the blessings. It's not just that. But the kind of blessing that you should also be mindful about are the own blessings that you can give towards yourself. I know you can easily share because that's what living an abundant life is about. It's the willingness to share. It's the willingness to also share your blessings equally to the people who need it more, but at the same time, the people that you love. But part of that blessing should also be very abundant sa'yo. So in short, one of the strongest messages for you right now is that kung hindi ka nga, kung very generous ka towards other people, not just with abundance, not just with the blessings, remember to also put yourself in that priority list. That means if there are things that you can do for yourself, do it. If there are things that you would want to gift for yourself, then go ahead. If there are instances that you would want to honor yourself, honor it. Because this is also part of growth. This is a part of growth that you are also needing to go through and to understand fully that when you give for yourself, it's not being selfish. That when you prioritize yourself, that does not mean that you care less for other people. When you prioritize yourself, when you give so much love for yourself, that just resonates how much you've really learned your worth is. And every time that we go through life challenges, mas natututunan natin yung self-worth natin. And you've been through many things. And every time that you rise above, napapatunayan mo yung self-worth mo. That means you can never settle for less. So anything that's meant for you, give it and enjoy it. And finally, this is the Eight of Cups. Learning. The message for you, you are gonna be up for some learning. Okay? Learning something new, embracing something new, but look at this. Medyo, wag lang mag-focus sa hair ni Kuya. Okay, baka isipin mo, mawawala na ba yung hair ko? Wag ko mag-focus sa hair ni Kuya, okay? But look at this. When we talk about not just the age, but the color of the hair as the hair turns gray, it also symbolizes the wisdom. So you'll be surprised that the message here, there is a strong message of learning something new, something spiritual, something that is really meant for you. So be ready to embrace it. Now, for our to summarize for our first participant, sometimes there are really plans that we may not necessarily include in our master plan. But as we flow and as we trust God's plans, there are many things that can unfold. It's always up to us on how we're going to embrace and be at peace with it. Now, the message is if we trust and we flow fully, then therefore more blessings will unfold. Thank you for joining Tarot Tuesdays. And napakaganda naman ng first question natin. That's very, very inspiring. So, welcome everybody. And if you're new here, good evening po. My name is Marky Mendoza. I'm a Reiki master and teacher and also an intuitive tarot reader and teacher. Welcome to Tarot Tuesdays. So libre lang magtanong. If you have any questions, kung gusto niyo mag-participate, please join us and we'll be happy to answer all of those questions. Also, lahat din po na mag-participate and tonight's session, again, you are up for some prizes kasi every time we go live here, lahat po na manonood towards the end, you will be part of our raffle entry. Every time you watch, you can gain one raffle entry. And towards the end of the month, we will be drawing some prizes for all of our participants. So for this Sunday, we have winners for our meditation and life-changing mantras. Again, teka, let me get the names again. Ivy Imperial, and Maria Patricia Policarpio. So congratulations sa mga winners natin. This is gonna happen this Sunday. So, tingnan na natin yung second participant natin. Here we go. Oy, teka. Suki na naman yung ano natin, ha? Tingnan natin. Okay. Okay. So, yung next participant natin, ang question niya ay, magpapadala na ako ng question. Anong advice ng universe on how I can prepare for my eventual move to Sweden? Aba, may friend tayo dito na gusto rin mag-Sweden o at least meron ka ng friend pag nag-Sweden. Tingnan natin yan. Okay, so para sa yes, Lay, meron ka bang kailangang i-manifest din sa Sweden? Baka gusto mo rin sumama sa Sweden, no? Okay. So, bukod kay Cha, may gusto rin pumunta ng Sweden. Baka naman nandun talaga ang no? Tignan natin. So, sige, tignan natin ang Sweden energies itong current participant natin. So, tingnan natin first card. Here is your second card. Okay. Yan. Okay. Okay, tingnan na natin. So to prepare for, first of all, yung first card natin, syempre, titingnan muna natin what are the current, where you're coming from in terms of energies. So this is the first card. Oh, okay. So here is, we have the Four of Swords. Okay, this is the Four of Swords. Ayan, teka. Masyado kasing may golden thread kasi itong natin. So medyo nagba-bounce back. Nabubuking yung ring light ko eh. Yung, one time yung nag-comment dun sa ko na parang, fresh naman ring light yan. Nakakaganda yung ring light. In fairness. Pero yun, nabubuking yung ring light dahil dito. This is the Four of Swords. Now, tignan mo naman yung imagery here. Okay. This is a very meaningful card because when we get the swords in our minor cards, it represents either two things. It can be wisdom. It can also be a weapon. Okay, but this one, it's mixed actually. This is mixed. But you'll be surprised, majority of the swords here, actually three of which are representing a weapon. And the one is wisdom. Now, but kumbaga the underlying wisdom here, it's referring to the energy that we are able to gather in the past. But majority of the energies may resonate weapon. That means there may be times that what we have inside, sometimes we use it not for greatest good. There may be times in the past that we were not as mindful as we are right now, but that is part of the learning because look at this. As the imagery has parang the person is parang living inside of this tree. Okay, so that means when the tree is there, remember trees, they're not trees. They're not gonna progress or grow as trees overnight. This means years and years of experiences, and not just experiences. And what kind of experiences are they? You can also refer to this as remember yung mga ating mga cycles ng ano natin, ng ating panahon, okay? So, especially if there are 4 seasons, 'di ba? And here in the Philippines, dalawa lang kasi ang panahon natin, dalawang seasons lang tayo. But in other places, there can be 4 seasons. So, there are periods of change that constantly happens year after year. And when you go through these periods, when you go through these phases, no matter how it unfolded, may it be not, sabi ko nga, in the past, there may be some opportunities of being less mindful, but that is literally part of the process. Everybody goes through that. The only time that we can really say that we have learned is when we've gone through many phases in our lives. It's a roller coaster ride. I'm before, and this is coming from my own personal experience. Parang when unfavorable things happen into my life, parang it's like, parang for me, oh, eto na naman. So, ah, laban lang, parang ganun. But I don't necessarily have a strong goal. I don't necessarily tell myself anong pwede kong matutunan. One of the things that I tell myself when a life challenge is in front of me and I'm about to go through that certain life challenge, I'd always just tell myself, oh, here you are again, gawa mo ng paraan yan. Here you are again, well, kagawa, you had it coming, solusutan mo yan. It's not about learning. It's always just about, okay, how do I become very resourceful so that I can pull myself out of the situation? Parang I'm just telling myself na, okay, sige, how to do it, but yung pala, si Kala ang solusyon. Yung pala, ay shush. Nakita mo yung gulat niya. Yung pala, I also went through that phase of not being mindful because I have to know the difference. I have to know the difference of me approaching life challenges without any plans, without concrete plans, concrete solutions, and without the learning. But now I have a new way of understanding these challenges. But I have a good comparison. Napagdaanan ko siya. And from those experiences, coming from someone na hindi mindful, and then now I have the capacity to be mindful, alam ko yung difference. And this is really part of the growth, and this is really part of the process of understanding what your life is about and how to become very at peace with it. But you have to be willing to be at peace with it, because there was a time then na lalo na I'm in my journey to becoming mindful, living a life full of Reiki. It's not smooth as well, because sometimes when the old ways, I'm telling you, the old ways, it's easy to present itself. Parang one of my challenges is to become truthful. Ang dali-dali lang magsinungaling. Madali lang ako magsinungaling. Hindi ako hirap magsinungaling. I'm comfortable lying. And so when there is a time that I'm starting to live a mindful life and I'm supposed to honor my truth and to really stick with the truth, parang deep inside I was like, sige na nga, ang hirap, pero sige, but I need to do this. And then when I choose doing what is right, upholding what is right, and then I check how it feels. And then I realize it's not so hard after all. It's not so hard after all, but I am honestly, during that time, parang hirap na hirap ako. But all it takes is for me to really just do it. And then I felt the difference as well. This one, on the first card as well, ang dami-dami ng learning. And there are more learnings in the future. No matter where you will go, there will always be new sets of challenges. So, tingnan natin yung second card for you. The second card, very good. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It's a very good, one of my most favorite cards as well. So, part of the preparation, anong tawag dito? By the way, may nakalimutan pala akong sabihin dito. That means, a part of the things that you should be at peace with are the things na whatever decisions in the past that may not be 100% well thought of, it has to change. It has to improve. That when we talk about goals, it has to go through a thorough process of planning, organizing, checking yourself the reality of things. Kaya ba? Hindi ba kaya? Kung hindi kaya, how do I make it possible? What are the ways that I can do to make it possible? The acceptance on how the current situation in your life will unfold, o kaya kung whatever resources you have right now, it's not just being at peace with it and being realistic. Okay, if I'm gonna go there, I need to be equipped with checking my resources right now. I as equipped. So kung hindi pa, and then don't feel bad. All it takes is for us, if this is really the goal, and then we prepare more for it, and to be at peace with where you are right now, especially with resources. Because you know what? The second card is a very important card. You have a major card. This is the Temperance card. Okay, so this is the Temperance card. And the Temperance card, every time you get this card, this is really something that resonates. A balanced mind and heart. You may have this as a very good plan. It's like a lingering plan, but I'm telling you, your mind and your heart is really saying that, you may have given this a good thought, and you're right. And you are right. You are absolutely right, because there are many decisions in our life that we can just say, na halimbawa, for our current participant kasi, it's that move going to Sweden. But there are many plans that we have in our life. But sometimes marami kayong marirealize na mga plans na meron tayo, na sometimes it takes just a second to decide, and you're sure. You're without a shadow of a doubt. You're so sure. No matter how others will perceive it, no matter how your closest friends will give you certain warnings, you are very sure that you're gonna do this. You're gonna do this. But there are decisions that it takes a day, a week, a month, a year, some years, hindi ka pa rin makapag-decide. This is really a case wherein you feel like you will always say, I'm half-hearted. This is a total opposite of this. But pakinggan niyo yung mga ganung sitwasyon. Kapag hindi kayo makapag-decide right away, versus there are other instances na sobrang daling pagdesisyonan, it's just because your mind and your heart agree on one thing. Because there are times when we say that we're half-hearted, it's just that they're not agreeing. Your mind, of course, our mind, please don't take your mind na parang as if kontrabida yan. Yung parang sasabihin niya, ano ba yan? Gusto nung nga ng puso ko eh. Bakit naman ayaw makiisa nung mind ko? Remember your mind. Its duty is to protect you logically. Its duty is to remind you, remember in the past, di ba ito yung nangyari? Okay lang may mga ganyang plan, but remember ito yung nangyari. So, whatever learnings in the past, baka hindi mo naalala. Our mind will always remind us of what the situation is about and how to become better in your decisions. This one is a reminder, and if you're thinking of Sweden, it's very balanced. In short, it's in perfect harmony. So why will you say no to those decisions na alam mong sure na sure ka? This is one of the things that if there's one thing that you can be assured sa mga plans mo, this is one solid plan. So this is the card confirming that all it ay teka, ayan nabuking na yung ano natin pag nabawasan yung ano, teka nga. Asan yung ring light natin? Ay sorry. Teka lang, nababawasan kasi yung freshness kapag nababawasan yung freshness kapag walang ring light. Teka. O sige, multitasking ko siya ha, para hindi tayo para dire-diretso tayo sa time. Okay, so, ay, sira na yata yung ring light ko. Okay. So, okay. Teka lang, para hindi masyadong pixelated. Okay. So, going back, sabi ko nga if there is one good plan na you're really wanting to really take action with, this is really one of them, because your mind and your heart are totally agreeing. It's one of the best things that you can do and what you can give for yourself. And all it takes is for you to really surrender fully to this plan. And when I say surrender fully, if this is really part of the plan, how to manifest this fully, then dapat lahat ng thoughts mo will be there. The planning should be there. The organizing should be there. It should never be in your it should never be tainted in your mind. Dapat kung ang kailangan is mapunta doon, and then lahat ng mga plano kasama doon. Lahat din ng mga desisyon na gagawin, lahat yung papunta doon. Lahat din ng actions, lahat papunta doon. How to stay guided more on that is that to never lose this in your plan, in your goal, and to always have this as a lingering energy every time. So this should be part of the things that you will manifest. That means if you are saving money, then you save it for that purpose. If you are wanting to fix everything, let's say, if you're looking for a job there, then start looking now. It always has to be a part of your plan to go there eventually. Now, what is the last card? Yun na nga yung sinasabi ko. Now, here is a very, very good reminder. Okay, so, the last card, look at this. Look at yung pagka-parallel nung cards. We have 5 of Swords. Okay? So look at that. This card is another this is gonna be a warning, because when we look at the image on the card, if maganda yung plan natin, kasi this one current energy natin to, ha, if there's one important takeaway from this question, what an important thing to remember is that if we are planning something good and our mind and our hearts agree, and we know, parang deep in our soul, alam natin this is really one of the best plans that we can give to ourselves. But we have to be very passionate about it, but and make sure na our intentions will not be for anything else. If we're doing this for no matter what purpose it is, no matter what the reason is, no matter why we would want to go there, and the means and the house, yung ganyan, no matter what it is, be clear with the intentions. When we are very clear with our intentions and you stay true to your intentions, and then of course it will flourish really well, because you know what, there are also magugulat kayo, may mga plans tayo na hindi naman sa hindi maganda, but may mga plans tayo na we would want to keep pushing. We would want to do anything and everything that it takes to push through with those plans. But then again, sometimes it happens, but then you realize something in the end. O kaya while you're doing it, you realize something. Nako, parang napasubuyat ako. This is what this card is about. Be clear with the intentions first. It's a very good idea, but it's a very good idea not just because it's something na very possible or very plausible. It's not just that, because honestly, kahit saan ka naman pumunta, whether you're leaving or also staying, it's all the same. No matter where you are. No matter where you are, no matter what goals, dreams, and aspirations that you have. And I will always say this, maganda yung we also have we have plans on our own. But remember, at the end of the day, it's always about God's plans for you. Because there may be things that we would want to keep pushing for ourselves at the moment we dedicate our lives into it, tapos yun yung talagang ibibigay natin lahat, dugot pawis, everything, lahat ng efforts, all of our energies. But if it's not God's plans for us, mapapansin nyo, it's always gonna be tiring. At the end of the day, it's gonna drain you. It's going to keep you imbalanced emotionally, mentally, spiritually. And then it will reflect on our physical as well. Why? Kasi we keep pushing for the things that hindi naman meant para sa atin. Pero dahil gusto natin, remember, the law of resonance or the law of cause and effect will always happen. But if we are doing it for a different reason, because our intentions are not clear, and then makukuha rin natin siya in a form of a strong lesson, which is what this card is about. It is a very good plan. It is a very good plan. Because of this card, it's resonating, balance naman. But remember, kung nag-a-agree yung mind and heart natin, but if the intentions are different, then makukuha natin is ganito. So may say, hindi pa nangyayari to. Let us. Maganda yung plan because they both agree, but it doesn't mean na hindi na tayo magche-checks and balances. I would want to start with our intentions first. If you remove everything and it's reduced to everything, and what is left is our intention, what is our intention? And doon pa lang, if you agree and if this is about highest good, and remember, be truthful. The only time that we can get it is when we are very truthful. And when we're truthful and honest, lalabas yan. And then ask yourself, okay, ito yung intention pala. Is it really for me? Is this God's plans for me? And then decide again. Now, no matter what it is, no matter where it can be Sweden, it can be elsewhere, it can be here, it can be a career, it can be anything. We all make decisions. But when we reduce all of those plans and you go and it boils down to what our intention is, dapat palagay tayo sa intention natin. Because it can be anything. Pwede kong pangarapin na gusto kong maging artista. Pero anong intention ko? Why do I want to become a celebrity? Or I would want to change my career. Or I would want to do something else. Pero reduce all of those plans and leave the intention. And if the intention is, if it's for high school, then go ahead and do it. And if hindi, just be sure, kung susulungin natin yun, dapat be ready of anong pwedeng mangyari sa atin. No matter where it is, no matter what it is, everything will boil down to learning something. Be ready to learn something. Thank you for joining Tarot Tuesdays. Ay, ang dami naman nagko-comment sa sorry na busy-busy ako nag-aano dito. Kilala na kung sinong mga pupuntang Sweden. Very good. Oh, bale yung magkita-kita rin tayo diyan. Ako pala yung nag-send. Tanong mo, sagot ko. Hindi, joke lang. Dipti Saju will meet my future spouse in November. His job. Ay, okay. In English, please. Hello. Oh, here we are. Okay, so, uh, by the way, Dipti Saju, thank you for joining us for tonight. But of course, I'll honor that. I'll make sure that our just help me. Please send meds. I may be low blood after this session, okay? Because I will nose blood, and I'm kidding. Definitely. Okay, moving forward will be let me know if there's anyone out there who is needing to have our session in English. I can adjust, definitely. But of course, if you would want to participate, by the way, we have guidelines here, especially for Dipti Sajo. If you would want to participate, we honor everybody's identity and to honor everybody's confidentiality here. We have the instructions if you would want to participate. Just make sure that you check the pinned comment here in our comment section, follow through the guidelines, and then I can answer your questions. Okay, so tingnan naman natin yung ating, hindi na kinaya, nagtagalog din, sorry na. Okay, so tingnan na natin yung next questions. Let's see. Oh my gosh, my fellow Reiki master from California, Master Sub, baka is English. Sorry. My English is prepaid. Joke lang. Okay, so here we go. Oh, very good. Ay, sorry. Na-typo tuloy ako. So our next participant is a regular here. So welcome. So here's the question. Hello Marky, Kala, and kay Baby. Ay, hello din. O, di ba yung pamilya ni ano. Parid naman again, energy for business side. Para nakaka-excite 3 cards kasi hopefully abot pa ako. Of course, umabot. Okay. Thank you and God bless every day. Okay, so, okay. So, business side. So let's get the energy for the business side. Okay, 3 cards for our current participant. So here we go. Okay, first card, second card, and here is your third card. Okay. So, okay, for our current participant, you're asking about the business. So let's look at the first card. And the first card will always give you an understanding what the current and no, more of where the past energy is coming from. So here is your first. Ooh, it's a major card. So our first major card is the Fool. Okay. So this is a very good card, especially well in all aspects. When you get this card, it always talks about new beginnings. Okay, it's a new beginning, and when we get this card, the kind of new beginning that it is, it's a very positive new beginning. So therefore, you're coming from a place wherein there's love, there's passion, you're ready to start something new. Okay, there's a very good reminder here. So look at the imagery we're in. There's a dog here trying to bite your clothing here, but this is actually just a reminder of fear. Okay, so what the dog represents here, as the dog is trying to, and you know how it is when you have a pet, and your pet will try to grab your clothing. It sort of is like a warning for them, or they're maybe trying to shelter you from something or to protect you from something. But this is not literally like an actual pet trying to protect or to warn you. But what this is about, this is an energy that resonates the fear and the doubt, holding you back, even if you're coming from a very good slate, even if you're coming from a clean slate, even if you are coming from a place that you know there's confidence, that you know you've done this before. But every time, it's not just about this current participant, but this is also something that everybody's familiar with. Anything that is unfamiliar with us, anything that is new, anything that we're going to be engaging something new, it can be anything. It can be in our love life, career, even first day of school when we were still studying. Remember our first day high? Of course, it can always be fearful. You can feel fear, feel doubt. It can be overwhelming because the fear of the unknown will always be there. So when we don't grasp something, it's understandable for us to fear what we don't understand, but we all feel that. But remember, this is only a small portion of it. Majority of everything is really resonating greatness. Let's see the second card for this. Okay. Oh, we have the Four of Cups. Okay, this is the Four of Cups. And look at that. Okay, this is really very good reminder. Okay. Look at this. Look at this. This is a very good reminder. And I want you to focus on the image. I want you to focus on the imagery here. So it's like you lying on the ground, and look at the facial expression of the person lying down. It really feels that there really is a little doubt here. There really is a little doubt here. But look, as the face of this person may feel, or it's seemingly looking very fearful, because again, I've already seen it here. The second card is saying that there's still fear, that there is still doubt, there is still a little less assurance that you're feeling. But look at this. The face may reflect that, but look, there is an imagery of a person handing in a cup, and you may really see the energy that this is really like divine guidance that we are giving here in a form of a blessing. Now this is something that we need to trust, we need to be at peace with, not just particularly for this current participant, but every time that we're going to be engaging in something new, we're going to be doing something new, or maybe something so huge, something so great. We may also normally feel that. Why? Because nothing so great can feel very easy. If we are talking about doing something huge, or if you're going to be handling a bigger responsibility, of course the fear is there, because you would want to give your best, you would want a very favorable outcome, but you need to be your best. And oftentimes, especially when we know how we are, there are times that we can be our best, but it's not always going to be a consistent promise that every day is going to feel like that. Because remember, we are only talking about one life aspect. We are talking about our career. And in this case, you're talking about the business. The thing about the current participant is that this participant is handling many things. This person is also wanting to have to put up their own business, but also has a day job, a regular job, a 9 to 5 job, and doing the side hustle. But then again, look at the responsibility. You are wanting to rise above that life aspect in terms of career, be successful in career, both in the corporate life and in your own business. But remember, those are just two little aspects of your life. There are many roles that we all portray, and we always want favorable results in all of our life aspects. But the thing is there is no guarantee that all of our life, of course there are success stories like that, there are going to be success stories that that will give us all of the life aspects are really doing well. Family, friends, your career, love life, everything may be in a very good disposition. But there are times, myself included, that there can be good things in the other life aspects, but there are some may not necessarily resonate the same. And we have to be at peace with that. We have to be at peace with that. That remember, there may be some imbalances in other life aspects, but it doesn't mean our life is miserable. It doesn't mean that we don't have a good life. It doesn't mean that our life is meaningless. There may be some life challenges, but it does not resonate our whole being. It does not resonate all of our life aspects. Now let's see what the last card is about. All right. Okay. So this is a very good reminder. This is the 6 of swords. This is the 6 of swords. And this whenever we get swords in our tarot cards, this will always remind us that either it can be a form of wisdom, or it can be an actual weapon. This is really a good reminder of wisdom, that not just being grateful, the energy of feeling gratitude, it's not just about being grateful for just having the blessings. The only thing I would want to remind you is that, and the same goes for everybody as well. When we talk about gratitude, it's so easy to feel grateful when we receive blessings. It's so easy to feel that. I mean, even without maybe I'm coming from a place where now I'm very mindful. I'm also very spiritual. I'm a practicing Hindu, so it my life revolves around Reiki and spirituality and Hinduism as we speak. And so when I receive either challenges or blessings, those are my go-to. It doesn't mean that I don't have blessings right now. Is that I forget what spirituality is about. With or without blessings, I know my life is about spirituality. I know my life is about Reiki. I know my life is about Hinduism. But with the blessings, equally it's the same. This card is telling us that no matter how life unfolds, we will have to focus that there is always a blessing, no matter if it's an actual blessing that we receive or we are going through things in our life. Maybe one good way to celebrate is because there's really an occasion to celebrate. Like maybe there's a success to celebrate, there are blessings that we are getting, we're receiving, and there's more. But I want you to also celebrate those small wins when you are able to realize lessons from the life challenges itself. I want you to celebrate those success stories because remember, with mindfulness, it allows you to see things clearer, better. And it doesn't mean that you have to be perfect. It doesn't mean that you have to be very kind, loving, and not feel anger at all, or not feel doubt anymore, or not feel fear anymore. That's not how it goes. When we talk about being mindful, whether it's good or it's not, you know and you trust that this is part of the lesson. There is only a learning process that we are ready to receive, that we're ready to go through in every day. And when you embody that, you will see that everything that you have in your life is definitely a blessing. But all it takes is the mindfulness for us to also appreciate those times wherein we feel like we are too weak to handle these life situations, that there's so much doubt, that there's so much fear. And the fear is that I may be going back to my old ways. I may be someone who hasn't learned, but that's okay. But that is actually the learning process itself. When we become at peace with those situations, and then we become very abundant. Thank you for joining Tarot Tuesdays. Okay. You know what? Okay, Deepti. By the way, namaskar, Deepti. Deepti said, I read your name as Makri. I'm sorry, in India it's called the frog. You know what? You'll be surprised because every time that I startle, I would always say frog in Tagalog. Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. But okay, so very good. Namaskar, my fellow Hindi. I'm so happy that you're joining us tonight. So, welcome everybody. Welcome to Tarot Tuesdays. My name is Marky Mendoza. I'm a Reiki master and also an intuitive tarot reader and teacher. Welcome to Tarot Tuesdays. I'm saying hi. I have my fellow Reiki master right here. Hello, Krish. Hello. Thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you. Thank you. And let us move forward with our next set of questions. Okay. Here we go. Oh, okay. Good evening, Master. Oh, good evening. Am I where I'm supposed to be in terms of career? Oh, what a very crucial question. I know. And I can really feel the energy there just by reading your question. I can already feel a little frustration right there because I know the pressure is kicking in and I really know how it feels. Now first of all, before I draw cards for you, and this is how it normally goes. Sometimes, more often than not, this is how it goes. Whenever I read the questions, honestly, the tarot cards, I've come to a point. In I've been reading for quite some time now. I've been reading since 2016, and I can never remember how many times I've read for people. I've been doing it so many times now that I've learned to develop that no matter if I have tarot cards with me or not, just by reading the questions, I get to absorb the question, and not just the question, the possible answer. And just by reading that question, I've already absorbed many things. Now before I draw cards for you, one thing is for sure. One thing don't have WhatsApp and Facebook. Oh, but that okay, that's okay. That's okay. Going back, no matter what it is, when we talk about when we talk about our goals, dreams, aspirations. It can be, you may be asking for career right now, but it can honestly be anything that we would want to do in our life. Whether it's our passion, whether it's something that we would want to try something new, maybe a new hobby or etc. It can be anything, can be everything. It can also be a relationship. It always pays off if we start with a very important question. Why? Before you would want to do something, you want to ask yourself why. If you want to start something new, create something new, ask yourself why. And when you're able to go, and when you're able to establish your why, and you justify your why, and if it's more than enough for you to push forward, then go ahead and by all means do it, create it, engage in it. And while you're engaging, and when you're starting to get that feel, how it is, and you're starting to get your rhythm, and you're supposed to create and maintain what you're doing. Again, ask yourself why. Ask yourself why. Why am I going to continue with this? Why am I going to go through with this, maybe for a period of time? And then answer yourself as honest as you can. As honest as you can. And if it's still more than enough for you to continue with it, then go ahead. By all means, do it. Now at the end of it, if you feel like at that course of creating and then maintaining it, and if in the process you realize that, you know what, I may have done this for this period of time, maybe a couple of months, weeks, years, and then you feel like shifting, doing something else. Again, ask yourself why. Ask yourself why. And if it's more than enough for you to do something good, then by all means, go ahead and do it. Because as you can see, that is really how the universe works. This is how the universe works. The universe is always about creation, creating something and maintaining something to preserve what you've created and to eventually destroy it. And as we speak, wherever these people are around the world, by the second, there are people who are born. There are babies being born in this world. And right this very moment, there are people preserving their life. That's where we are right now. Because we're here, we are still here. Our life is still being preserved. And also, equally, as we speak, right this very moment, a person may have passed on. It's how the universe works. And this is not just how the universe works. This is not just how the universe works, but this is also going to give us a glimpse of what the divine is about, how God is about. For the Christian and the Catholic faith, we have God the Father, God the Creator, Jesus Christ the Savior. It's only through Jesus Christ that you get to go through the Father, and eventually the Holy Spirit. But also in Hinduism, we have the Trimurti. We have the Trimurti, Brahma, the Creator, and then we have Vishnu the Preserver, and we have Lord Shiva, the Destroyer. But these are the essence of the Trimurti, or the Holy Trinity of Hinduism. This is going to give us a glimpse of how the universe works. But remember, in our own universe, our own tiny universe, our own body, by the second, there are new cells that are being born and being created. And at the same time, there are cells that we are maintaining and preserving. There are, at that same very moment, there are also some cells that are being destroyed because it is essential in the cycle of the universe. And every time that we are wanting to go through something, we also go through that same phase. Right now we are preserving, but you question yourself, am I supposed to destroy this so that I can create something new? Or do I preserve this? Do I maintain this? Do I continue doing this? This is really what we do every single time. Now it doesn't matter which life aspect that we are wanting to decide on next. It can be your career, it can be the love life, it can be anything. But when you know why you're going to go through it, and you are satisfied with your why, then by all means, just do it. And if you go through these questions and at the end of it, you ask yourself, or you realize eventually, no, this is really a life challenge that I'm supposed to go through, I'm supposed to learn from. And then you keep preserving it and to maintain it and to keep doing it. Because this is really a powerful moment for everybody. The moment that you realize that you are here right now in this world, not just to exist, but to make a difference, you'll realize that you are limitless. There are many things that you can do. And the only thing that's stopping you from doing it is your own self. So remember, it may be your question for career right now, but it can be anything. But when you know your whys and you answer, and when you answer those whys and you're satisfied and fulfilled, by all means, continue with it. And it does not hurt to question these things because you need to know. You deserve to know. It's better for us to do things when we know why we are doing it. It's better to aim for goals, dreams, and aspirations when we know why we want it. Because before you know it, if you are very successful with these things that you're wanting to manifest, and you already received it, but you don't know why do I have this? Yes, I have it now. I worked hard for it, but why? Sometimes that is um an energy that resonates. The feeling of less fulfillment. You may be getting these success stories, but you're not 100% fulfilled. So it's always best to keep asking yourself your whys. And when you do, that is already your answer. Now let me get cards for you. If you are in the same right path, let's see, for your career. Have you read the book, The Laws of the Spirit World? Woo! I have not. I have not. But majority of the things that I am much interested right now are anything about the Hindu pantheon. And I'm still growing with Hinduism because I've only embraced Hinduism the last 2 years. Long way to go. There are many more wisdom and to unfold, and I'm just really focusing on that. Okay, here's your first card. We have the Six of Pentacles. Look at that. I know, namaskar. Namaskar. Okay, look at this. What an appropriate card to get when we're asking about our career, and then we get Pentacles, because the Pentacles literally resonates the abundance. And look at this. Look at the imagery of this. A very good affirmation. Look at this. This is an energy that resonates the energy of giving the abundance, because you just didn't work hard for this. This card represents the energy of the past. That this is really a blessing that's meant for you to receive. It's not going to be given to you if you are not ready to receive it. You're ready to receive it, but look at the imagery right there. Look at the imagery. This person is handing you over this gift, this blessing, but look at the imagery on how it is received. It's easy to tell yourself to stay motivated just because there is a monetary reward when we talk about the blessings that we receive. Take a look at the first time that you've successfully gotten your first sale, because this person is in sales. So remember the first time that you received your first sale, and then how it felt. And what are the things that you've told yourself when you got your first? Yeah, you can do it. Now you discovered you can make a sale. Now you discovered that you can do it. But remember, discovering that you can is just the tip of the iceberg. And remember that process of creating, maintaining, and destroying. Especially when we are given a blessing, it's so easy for us to tell ourselves, oh, here it is. Here's your reward. You've worked so hard for this, and here is your reward, and congratulations to you. But then again, the next thing that you should also accept and embrace is that, okay, now that you receive this, the blessing is here. The blessing is with you right now. Are you willing to go through another round? Are you willing? How are you going to feel as you go through for another month, another year? These are the things that also comes with the kind of blessing that you have. The understanding that what comes with these success stories are the hardships, equally the hardships that you have to go through, the countless times that you have to go through many rejections before you finally receive that blessing. And how at peace are you with that? and the kind of reminders that your peers, your bosses, the people around you, the kind of support or the lack thereof, and how you eventually, at the end of the day, have to go through this on your own. How do you become very at peace with it? That's part of the lesson. Now, the second card, we have the Seven of Swords, because right now, remember how it feels. Now, the swords here, literally, the swords are everywhere, and the swords are literally resonating the pressure that you're feeling right now. And I know how it feels because I've been there as well. It's the kind of pressure that literally allows you to just feel the pain and suffering. That even if there is a blessing in front of you, it would always feel like, okay, I have a blessing right now, but will I have this continuously, or will I have this consistently? And then that excitement turns into pressure. And remember, when we are coming, if we are working, and you know what, people may find it, um believe it or not, whatever I am doing here, the time that I'm giving, that I'm allotting every time we go through our live sessions, of course, this is not just my career. This is not a career for me. This is what my life is about. It is my life. But that's a difference. If we declare that this is literally a career, this is literally like a job, this is literally something that we need to be rewarded with. Literally, we're looking for something in exchange. Then if the intention is reduced to that, with the intention of looking for something in exchange, maybe monetary, like a reward, something that would make us feel good after, and then you go back to your whys. Is this why I'm doing this? Is this why I'm doing this? If I'm gonna check my own intentions, and I ask why I'm doing this, my why is because I want and I need to help people. I am here because I would want to answer people's questions that will give them, at the end of the day, not just answers, but I would want to give them hope. I would want to empower them. I would want to give them that hope that they're looking for. That is my why. And at the end of our session, I asked myself, that did I get myself fulfilled? Was I able to do that? And when I'm at the end of that, and I answer yes, and then I feel alive. It has to make you feel alive, because if it makes you feel alive, that pushes you to do more. When you go through, no matter what you do, no matter what kind of job that you have, it can be in a corporate setting, it can be your own business, but when you ask yourself at the end of the day, did it make you feel alive? And if the answer is yes, and by all means, and keep doing it, because it literally makes you feel alive. Right now, it makes you feel alive because the pressure is there for you to be alive. It's like a sink or swim. And every time that you're literally just fighting for your life, then it does not feel like you are living a life full of passion, full of happiness. I get rewarded by it, but I need to go through many things first. And every time that you do, it always leads to questioning, just like what you're experiencing right now. But when you put yourself in that position, that yes, I may be going through right now these things, I have the blessing, right now I'm going through another process of hard work, and you're ready to go through it because you know at the end of the day, your hard work will pay off, and then that, by all means, keep doing it. Let's see what the last card is about. The last card is the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups. Okay. I'm telling you, this is very reassuring. First of all, look at that. You are divinely guided. In your heart, you know that you're also here for a very good reason. Though the situation may seemingly feel tough, it feels really tough. It feels that there's so much pressure. And the kind of pressure that allows you to feel restless, the kind of pressure that allows you to question yourself, to question your ability, your capacity, to question your whole being. And this is what we are getting right now. But at the end of the day, look at that. You are not just divinely guided. Look at that. You are This card is resonating a cup rather, being held as if you are ready to cheers for some celebration. And you know what? Every single time that when do we drink wine? Because this one is a cup full of wine. When do we drink wine? When do we drink? It's because we have something to celebrate. We have something to celebrate. And at the end, you may not literally feel that there is something to celebrate here, but you are divinely guided to be here. It is given to you, but just be ready to go through with everything that comes with this profession. with whatever comes with this career. This is part of it. Feeling everything that you're going through right now, it is part of it. What I would want you to do is to always ask yourself this. It's not just about you being willing to receive the blessings, but being at peace with everything that has to happen while we are waiting for the blessings to unfold. And ask yourself that very honest question, as honest as you can. If the answer is no, have to honor it. Because this is another way for you to really understand that you've given your best. You've given your best and you've given it a very good effort. But if it's going to take a toll on what you're feeling and in a form of questioning and doubting yourself and your capacity, and then it's also okay for you to reassess everything. At the end of the day, the cards are telling you you may be going through things right now, pressure is there, but you're divinely guided to be where you're supposed to be. But the willingness and the acceptance of everything that comes in between should also come willingly from you. And then ask yourself, am I willing to go ahead and receive everything that comes with this profession? And when you say yes, by all means, you'd understand that this is really just a phase, because everything that we have to go through is really part of this. And then at the end of the day, you will receive the blessing because you're meant to receive a blessing. And then when the waiting game happens, as you can see, you're just going rounds with this flow. And this part of the flow of the abundance is really essential. You can never celebrate your success without going through the hardships and the hard work. And for you to be in that waiting game phase, everything is essentially that form. That is essentially how the universe works. And we can never be at peace with the rest of the processes of the universe without being at peace with this one as well. Because again, it can be in your career right now, but there are more roles that we're also portraying. You're also you're also a sibling, you're an offspring, you're somebody else's love, you're a friend, you're there are many roles that we have to portray in a day. At the end of the day, this is something. Okay, this life aspect, your career, this is something, but it's not everything. It is not everything about you. You are not born and manifested in this world only to work. Believe me, you're not just here to work. You are not born in this world so that you can work, find a job, be successful. Your life is not all about that. And I want you to believe that. I initially thought that I was born here so that I can I can thrive, climb the corporate ladder, be in a bank the rest of my life, maybe grow old. But here I am doing this. I surrender to God's plans. And when you do, it will be worth it. Thank you for joining Tarot Tuesdays. Okay, I feel the same as a seeker or hello Amor. Hello Amor. Nice of you to drop by. You missed your prayer. Oh, but don't worry. All of our episodes are recorded. You can rewatch our episode if you want to hear the prayer. Okay. Everyone has a destiny. Yes, you are. It's all about dharma, right, DP? Dipti. Sorry for mispronouncing that. Let's check our next participant. Time check first, 10:23 for tonight. Before we move forward, I want to remind everybody to please stay at the end of our session. We're going to be getting all of the names who are still here, who are participating, or also watching our session. Make sure that you stay at the end of our session because you are entitled to join our raffle. You are entitled to win major prizes from our workshops coming in December. We have winners. I hope Ivy Imperial. So the winners for this weekend's class, I hold on. Yes, Ivy Imperial and Maria Patricia Policarpio. You guys are the winners for this Sunday's class workshop. And for the rest of our viewers for tonight, please stay because all of you are entitled to join our raffle. So if you want to participate, we still have time. Please just check our guidelines. It's in the pin post of our comment section. Ooh, we have another regular for our next participant. So here it is. Hello, Master. Namaskaram, namaskaram, namaskaram. I'd like to ask, wow, English. I'd like to ask, oh, wow, if we can hit our 14 units till month end, we have a few days left. Oh, let's see. So, you know how it is? Our next participant is also in sales. Okay, so just by reading it, I am yet again absorbing the pressure. Just by, well, literally the energy itself is really full of pressure. Let's see, trusting that this will give us favorable results. 14 units as a goal. Let's see, I'll get you 3 cards for that. Okay, here is your first card. Okay, second card, and your third card. Okay. So of course, to answer this clearly, if it's gonna be, and this is about the current energy, if we will have more major cards on the cards that we're gonna be drawing for tonight, and then that's already a clear answer. But then again, just the same for everybody else participating for tonight, it's always about getting either a favorable or not so favorable outcome. But remember, no matter what energies will unfold when we read the cards, remember, you always have a very good opportunity to turn your life around with these questions. It's always about improving your thoughts, decisions, and actions for us to manifest better. Let's see what the first card is about. We have the This is not a bad card at all. We have 12, 12. We have King of Cups. Look at that. Look at that. The king holding that chalice up there. But look at that. The chalice is up. The sword is down. I would be more happy if both of these are up, because you know what? The sword here resonates the wisdom that you have. It's like putting your guard down. Okay. But this is already resonating the guarantee of, it's a guarantee that we can celebrate this, but the guard is down. And this is already the starting energy. It will be better if we don't put our guards down. That means be extra resourceful. Monitor everything as keen as possible. Be extra resourceful in so many ways that you can. And one of the things that we can help manifest, remember the offerings, okay? And remember, when we do our pujas, if you would want to manifest something, you can send your offerings so that we can offer a prayer for you so that we can help you manifest. Let's have the second card. We have 5 of Cups. So far we have 2 minor cards here, and both are cups. Okay, but remember the cups itself. When we get the cups in our minor cards, it can mean 2 things. It can mean either emotion or a celebration. But look at this. The cards here, both resonate that emotions, and celebration. That means if and this is gonna be the energy by, oh, in 3 days. In 3 days, we're gonna be getting another blessing within 3 days. Okay, so that's good. We're gonna be getting another blessing in 3 days. But then again, is it going to fulfill all the 14? Not yet. Not yet. Because look at that. As the hand gesture of the imagery here is seemingly like waiting for the blessing to happen. But remember, that's the key. Look at the imagery here. There are already blessings, but the key, that is already the clue on how we can manifest it even more. Literally, the imagery talks about the person literally seeking guidance or blessing from up above. That's your cue. So if there is a way for us to improve our offering for puja, this is what this card is about. Send more offerings so that we can help you manifest even more. But not just in your offering. This is also a call for charity work. My say, if you would really want to manifest this, do offerings on a Friday and Saturday. Friday and Saturday. It is really best that we become extra resourceful in doing more. That means charity offerings for the puja. And another way for us to manifest this is to essentially not literally just giving or sharing blessings. we can start here in our heart. When we embody so much love, we exude so much love. And remember how to manifest anything and everything. You have to first know what the goal is. Know what the goal is. And if the goal is, let's say, if it's for abundance is the goal, if the actual end goal is to become abundant, to have that blessing, then anything and everything in your thought, decisions, and actions would also reflect that. But it's not just about the money. It's not just about giving. It's not just about your offerings, your charity work. We have to be genuinely loving. In our thoughts, in our decisions and actions, we have to exude love. We have to exude so much love. That means as you work hard, be loving to everybody, as especially for your peers, especially for the clients, the people you work with, the people at home, the people we have in our lives. We cannot be just loving with one aspect of our life. We cannot be just kind because this is our work, and then the rest, or the people, everyone else will not experience the kind of love that you exude just because it's work. If we would want to continuously receive blessings, we have to be the actual blessing. And that can simply mean if we are very loving, we can be, and we are very kind, loving, understanding, caring, not just for one aspect of our life, but in all of our life aspects, then the blessings will be more consistent. Then the blessings will be stronger. Here's your last card. We have Two of Swords. Okay. We have three minor cards here. So if the answer is are we going to be settled for hitting the 14? There's a huge opportunity for us to work on this even more, because we have the Two of Swords. Okay? This answer is telling us we have to wait for the divine timing. For the moment, this answer may not be as favorable if we talk about the actual goal of 14, but there is a way for us to do that. Remember the things that I've taught you last weekend, because we did emotional healing class this weekend, and she's part of it. Remember to apply those learnings. You're able to attend that class for a very good reason. Now it's about time to apply the learnings from that class. Only then, if we embody that, shall we be guaranteed of a continuous blessing. And you know what? You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised. It's as simple as being loving, it's as simple as being kind, understanding, and caring literally attracts the abundance that we need and want in life. You are going to be a very good example when we manifest this, and it has to start with you. When you do, and you become an inspiration for everybody, and then continuously do it, and then be the inspiration even more. But the thing is, we have to walk the talk first. You do it, and then everybody else do it, and then make sure that everybody will do it genuinely, and then see how this will become a very strong continuous blessing in the future. Thanks for joining Tarot Tuesdays. So, welcome everybody. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Marky Mendoza. I'm a Reiki master and teacher, also an intuitive tarot reader and teacher. Welcome to Tarot Tuesdays. I'm here to provide free tarot reading for everybody. We still have time, but again, this is to remind everybody who's tuned in and watching for our session tonight, please stay towards the end. You are entitled to join our raffle entry. At the end of the month, we always give away prizes. You can attend our workshops because we teach everything about spirituality is here. So we've done crystal work for modern living. Last weekend, we had emotional healing. This weekend, I will have intuitive tarot reading, because I also teach this, by the way. You'll be surprised how easy it is to read. And at the end of that class, you're guaranteed to learn how to read. You can even do it professionally right after, just like how I'm doing it professionally. So if you would want to learn, and you would want to ask for details on how to participate and join in this weekend's intuitive tarot reading class, send me a message right after, and then we can talk about it. Also, this coming weekend, we have Kundalini Reiki 2, 1 and 2. We also have meditation and life-changing mantras. And again, I wanna call on the winners. Our winners for last month's raffle, we have Ivy Imperial and Maria Patricia Policarpio. Congratulations, you're the winners for this weekend's class. For all of the people who are staying, you can win those prizes for next month's workshop schedule. Okay, let's continue with our session. Hold on. Okay, next. Ayan, okay. Okay. Okay, so here's the okay. So, as what I personally shared to you, my student permit and husband's work permit application to Canada will be submitted to the immigration by end of November this year. The application is for May 2022 classes. Question is, will we be approved in time? In time. May 2022 classes. Let's check that. Okay, in time, in time. Will we get approval in time? Okay. And a very definitive answer for that is the number of major cards that we will get. Okay, let's see. But then again, this is all about the current energy. Let's see. First card. Oh, you have a major card. This is the moon. But this is the moon. Oh my gosh. You know what? This card, if you get this card, this is really a very positive card. But if there's one thing good about this card, this is the card of the unknown. Okay, but the kind of it's a very positive unknown kind of unknown. Why? Because it offers a sweet surprise. First, just by looking at the first card, I'm already feeling the level of excitement that you should feel because this card works wonders whenever I myself, when I draw cards for myself, and when I get the moon card, this is a card that really gives me assurance. I may not necessarily feel it right now, but I'm up for a sweet surprise. Let's see what the second card is. The King of Swords. Ooh, we have the King of Swords. Okay. So the key okay. So the King of Swords here, the swords is about when we get the swords, it's about either it's kind of wisdom or it's a kind of weapon. But this one, it's wisdom. But let me see. Oh, okay. This is literally okay. So this is one good warning. Okay. So look at this. The sword is here, and then here, other hand is by the chest, and it holds a cross. So that means that you holding a cross near your heart or by your heart, this is representing how you are surrendering everything to God, that you're literally surrendering this goal, this plan towards God's goals and towards God's plans for you as well. And this is, you can never unsee how you literally surrendered everything to God. This is a very good reflection of how you are literally allowing God to take over in this plan that you have for your family. But at the same time, I know there are some decisions that you are still needing to make that also equally needs to be in the right, in the same energy as you surrendering everything to God. There is a very good opportunity for us to manifest this. But when we talk about it should be everything and anything and everything, not just about you going to Canada, but everything else that you're gonna leave here as well. You have to surrender that fully. And I believe you know what I'm talking about. Whether what you're leaving here in the country will flourish or not, you should be at peace with it. Be at peace with it. It's part of the things that you should also surrender. If the goal is to go there, and if you're ready to go there by all means, like by hook or by crook, that means your thoughts, decisions, and actions, everything, as you surrender all of that to God, that means whatever it is that you're taking with you going there, you should be at peace with it. And if there are some things that you're meant to leave here as of the moment, as if it's not yet manifesting, be at peace with it. It doesn't mean that you're not meant to go there. Let's check what the last card is about. Look at that. Look at the irony. This is already a clear answer here. Look, if the King of Swords is here, resonating, you are surrendering everything to God, but this part here, you are unable to, or there at least there is a part of you that literally just needs to surrender it. Look at how it ends. You're finally able to surrender it. And that is your clue. No matter, no matter how everything will unfold, whether you manifest what you're wanting to manifest here, but the goal is to go there. If you become at peace with it, then eventually, if you learn to surrender everything, even the good, the bad, the ugly, you're able to surrender everything. Okay, so to make things clear, I know you're wanting to sell the house. You're wanting to sell the house, and this is one of the means for you to add your resources going there to prepare the family. Now, what this card is telling you is that one of the strongest fears is that maybe you're not able to sell them on time. What we need to sell, like the house, the lot, everything. But when you surrender, in this card, it's just saying that whether you get to sell it or not, if your mind is already set, mind and heart is set to go there, then go there. And to trust fully in what this card is about, because eventually it will happen. If you go there, of course, if you trust that you can go there with what resources that you are able to gather right now, and then you trust that everything else will unfold if you surrender to God's plans, and then it will happen. Everything will manifest even more, even you selling the house. It may not necessarily be the right timing for the house to be sold, but it doesn't mean that you can't go there without the house being sold. That's what these cards are about. If you trust fully on that, and then it will manifest. Thanks for joining Tarot Tuesday. But remember this. This. It's a very good card. It's a sweet surprise. So believe me when I say it's a sweet surprise. It is a sweet surprise. And I'm very, very excited and happy for you. So right now, all I'm here to say is congratulations. Congratulations. And please send me a postcard when you're there. Okay? Thank you for joining Tarot Tuesdays, and thank you Starbucks for my coffee today. Baka naman. I'm kidding. Pero baka naman. My name is Marky Mendoza. I'm a Reiki master and teacher. Welcome to Tarot Tuesdays. If you have any questions about your love life, your career, no one has asked me about love life yet. Nothing for career yet. For the health yet. All of these questions are for career. Let's check our next participant. We still have time. If you have any questions, you want to participate, just follow our instructions here in our pinned post, and then I'll be happy to assist you with your questions. Wow, okay. Oh, but what's your question? Okay. So I have a participant, but we didn't have the question right here. So let me ask, what's your question? So it's already your turn. What is your question right here? Okay, but hold on. So while we are waiting for your question, and this is to allow you time. Teka lang, nandiyan pa ba si ate? Medyo dumudugo na yung ilong ko. Medyo I'm nose blooding na. Andiyan pa. Deepti, are you still there? Because if you're still there, then I'll be here in English. But if you're not there anymore, I'm nose blooding. Andiyan na ba? Deepti. Okay, wala na. Pwede naman Tagalog. Sorry na. Okay. So okay. So yung sa current participant, sorry na guys. Paggalaw ng paggalaw na natin yung baso. Mukhang wala naman na si Deepti. Sige, okay na. Medyo na-pressure ako dun. So next time, warningan nyo ako ahead of time. Hindi ako nakapagbaon ng English. So ito mo, nagbutil-butil na yung pawis ko dun. Pero ginalingan ko naman. Joke lang, okay. So yung current participant natin, okay, ito rin kailangan din galawin yung baso dahil hindi pa siya, ano. But then again, seriously, I'm gonna do this for the very first time. Pero dahil sa seryoso ako na medyo na nose blood ako kanina, can I take a quick bathroom break? Sorry na, dahil nervous ako. I'll be back. Hold on. Ah. let's go. Hindi. Oh my gosh. Hello guys, I'm back. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. Hindi ko kinaya. So literal, when I say na nose blood ako, I was serious about it. Okay, so welcome. We're still here. Ayan, tingnan na natin kung nandiyan na yung kung nandiyan na yung next participant natin. Ayan. Okay. Ay, okay. Wala pa rin yung wala pa rin yung next participant natin. Ayan. Okay. Oh, I have a feedback. So yung sa previous na natin na participant natin. Everything you said is truly what's happening right now. These past few weeks I've been talking to God that I'm surrendering everything in his time. Our house will be sold. Love you. Of course. Alam mo, here's the thing. Alam mo, this is really one good important thing to remember. May you be manifesting things in your career, in your love life, or practically anything na kailangan natin sa buhay. Sometimes all it takes is for us to really be at peace with everything that's unfolding in our life. If there are some pain and suffering that we need to deal with, be at peace with it because it's really part of the process. If there are successes and blessings that we are receiving, that's also part of it. But the beauty of receiving blessings is the beauty that we get all of these dimensions. It's like para tayong nakaka-receive ng isang malasang-malasang pagkain na hindi siya matabang, hindi siya sobrang tapang, it's balanced, okay? It's part of the balance of life na whenever we pray for something, before we manifest it, we have to go through certain things because the lessons that we get to learn, yun yung magbibigay sa atin ng blessings. Hindi lang yung actual blessing itself. Hindi lang yung manifesting what we want. Hindi lang yun yung blessing na hinihintay natin. A part of the blessings that we are also needing to go through is really the learning opportunities na binibigyan natin sa sarili natin. At least as we learn, we will discover how strong we are. We will discover how resilient we are. We will discover na how limitless we are. Sa totoo lang. And if in the onset we see the situation, the experience from afar, that we start to feel fear, we start to doubt, we start to feel a little too overwhelmed and anxious. But then again, all it takes is really for us to take one brave step forward and then another and no matter how it unfolds, if we are at peace with it, if we are willing to go through anything and everything only to receive that wonderful blessing in the end, it's actually the journey that's giving us the blessing itself. What we are going through, that is already the actual blessing. It is part of the blessing that we are supposedly experiencing as well. Okay. Love you din. Yan. So all I'm saying, ito, wait. Ikaw pala yun. Oh, that's your full name pala. Sabi, I'll see you this Sunday. Ayan. Thank you so much again, Master. I feel validated. Brings me hope. Thank you and keep safe. We'll do offerings tomorrow. Oh, syempre. So by the way, ayun nga, of always. Yan. So remember, for everybody na who's really wanting to receive a blessing, kahit anong blessing yung gusto nating ma-receive, kapag nagdasal tayo kay God, ipagdasal din natin yung willingness natin. Lord, I would want to manifest this. And I pray for more willingness for me to go through with all the things that will unfold so that I can receive that blessing fully. And I know I deserve hindi lang yung blessing na yung deserve natin. We also deserve to receive everything that will happen in between. We deserve the learnings. We deserve to feel the challenges and to go through with it kahit gaano kadugo. We deserve that because we also deserve to not be na parang clueless. To be clueless with life. Na parang hindi tayo equipped. We deserve to be equipped no matter which storm, no matter kung ano mang kailangan nating sulungin. We deserve to be equipped. And the only time we will discover how equipped we are is when we are going through these tough situations. And when we discover that we are not well equipped enough, and then that is our goal, to learn how to be equipped. It may not necessarily for what we're wanting to manifest, but also in the future. It's like going to battle, but we are training so hard to go through everything. We are training so hard to learn everything. The willingness should also be there. So pray for more willingness to go through with everything. Lord, ito kung gusto kong ma-manifest. But I pray na kung ano man ang kailangan kong maranasan so I can receive this, I pray na bigyan mo rin ako ng lakas and ng courage so that I can go through everything. Kasi you can never pray for something but not be willing to go through with anything that it's meant to be unfolding dahil yun yung gusto mo makuha. It's like literally choosing a path, choosing a road. Pero ang gusto mong ang makuha lang is yung nasa dulo without going through that path. That's not how it happens. Literally, if you are in a fork and you're going to choose, do I move straight, do I move right, do I move left, or do I take steps backwards? No matter which decision you're going to take, pag pumili ka ng route, you should be willing to walk that path, you walk that road, to walk that route, and be brave to go through it. And so just like how parang Squid Game. Literally, it's a very good reflection, diba? It's a Squid Game. Of course, everybody knows the prize money is there. But as everybody willing, as you can see, yung mga tao as they go through the game, they're starting to feel discouraged. Oo nga, yan yung path, pero ito naman susuungin ko. Do I deserve this? Literally, it's just a reflection of that game. But that's essentially our own dealings every day. It can be from those small dealings, from what to eat, what to wear. Do I go here? Do I not go here? Do I just stay home? Do I work? Do I not? Ang dami natin kailangan desisyon. And it's so easy to manifest. Yun ang gusto ko eh. I want to be successful. Pero you choosing that route also should mean you should be willing to always receive anything that comes in between. Because at the end, yun ang makukuha mo. You can never ask for something without having the willingness to go through these things. Kasi then again, it all boils down to your why. Gusto mo nga yan, but hindi ka willing sa pero hindi ka willing to go through, pagdaanan yung mga kailangan pagdaanan. So why do you want it? So I guess it's very clear that in this episode, our takeaway should always be reminding ourselves, why? Why am I doing these things? I'm motivated to manifest this. I'm very determined to go through everything, but why? Why am I determined enough? Why am I willing to go through these things? Why? And when you get to answer those questions, it's so easy. Honestly, it's so easy to really just accept everything that comes in the way. Specifically when I was in the decision to do this full time, to embrace spirituality full time, and to leave my corporate life. When I was in a corporate life, whether I perform my best or hindi, I get paid. It's not the same thing when I embrace this full time. Whether I get students o hindi, I should never falter. Whether I get to teach o hindi, whether I have enrolling students or not, I should always be willing. And that's me choosing it. Yes, I'm willing. I'm always willing. Na no matter every live session that we get, ang ganda nung commonalities nung thank you so much naman. And by the way, Jeff reads cards he's also a fellow tarot reader. So you want a session, galing din niya, anak ko yan, galing yan. Okay, it's at Jeff reads cards sa IG, so follow him. Maganda mga readings niya. So remember, ang chismis ko, binibigyan ko lang naman ng chance yung participant natin. Okay, it looks like wala na si participant, but that's okay. It's already time. So I would want, as we have gone through the questions and the participants for tonight, I think that this can be a very good thing to end our session, to really look back at how these questions unfolded and how we were all able to witness these questions and to understand the lessons. Let's do that moving forward. Para naman lahat tayo din may general takeaway. And you know what? My takeaway from this session, it's more than the whys, because that's a very good realization na yun, the whys, di ba? It's a very good grounding exercise to always knowing why, because maybe right now, today, at this very moment, you know your whys, but tomorrow it can be another thing. So the continuous effort for you to always checking yourself is also essential. It's a responsibility. It's a responsibility to your own self to keep checking yourself. You're okay, you're doing this, you have these goals, you're doing this, but are you still willing to go through it? Diba? It's the willingness. That is the strongest takeaway for tonight. When you know your whys, kahit na alam mo yung why, yung lahat ng whys, if you can answer those whys very clearly, but then again, if you're not willing to go through it, and then ask yourself, why am I not willing? And then there is another learning there. There is another opportunity for you to learn there. Because possibly that the lesson that you should also know is not just your capacity. It's not just your capacity. One of the lessons that you will discover is literally how limitless you are. Because again, this can be this thing right now. But then again, you're not just about this thing. You're not just about your career, your job, your business. You're not just about that. I myself, I'm not only just about spirituality. Okay? If imagine me on that other spectrum. Don't think that na majority of my life revolves around that. But of course, I am always asking myself, yes, I'm able to achieve now. I am okay. Am I still willing to go through this? Am I always going to be willing to handle everybody's concerns? And will I have the right energy all the time? Will I Those are the continuous questions that when I wake up I have to process. Before I sleep I have to process. When I meditate I have to process. When I heal myself using Reiki, and I have to process. And of course, I read for myself as well. Those are the things that I have to be clear with. And if I'm continuously willing, and then by all means, let's do it again. And then oftentimes, another takeaway is that oftentimes all you need to do is to really just flow, to surrender fully to God's plans. And I know oftentimes, when we say flow, when we say, sige lang, surrender to God's plan, sometimes yun yung nakakatakot eh. Kasi parang you feel like you're not in control. But you're not supposed to be in control. You're not supposed to be in control. Because it's God doing everything for us. We just need to ride the waves. We just need to ride the waves. And we just need to keep trusting God's plans. So that is it for our session for tonight. I'm happy that everybody... Ay, teka nga, baka humabol pa yung laan natin. Humabol nga. Sige, habulin natin to. Sige na, dahil ano pa ba. Love life. Single po ako at sa career mga... sige. Isa-isa lang. Grabe ka. Love life. Tingnan natin yung question for love life. Sige. Love life. Single po ako. Okay. So, tingnan natin. Tingnan natin kung love life. Tingnan natin, ha? But here's the thing. Hindi naman ibig sabihin, sige, we draw cards for you. Hindi ibig sabihin, remember, sa question natin here, favorable o hindi. But don't be discouraged. Or don't feel that you're not supposed to be with someone. Okay? But you know what? If the question is, halimbawa, if for the current participant, kung halimbawa ang goal mo kasi is to have someone and yung tanong mo is talagang kung may nakalaan sa akin, may mas maidedirect akong sagot on in a different form of reading that would really answer that directly. As crystal clear, Vedic astrology. Vedic astrology kasi meron diyang house that determines the soulmate. Nandun yun. It gives you the idea of the personality of the person. I found mine. So, tingnan natin. Pero, let's see. Okay, love life. Tingnan natin. And you know what? The definitive answer, of course, ang pinakamaganda is when you get the lover's card. If the love question is what we're going to process, ang pinaka-definitive is we get the lover's card. Okay, first card. Oh my gosh, it's a major card. Okay, we have the devil card. Now, the devil card is a card of bias. Okay, the devil card, first of all, it's a good thing to have it as a goal to be with someone, but we cannot be with someone not until we finally learn the lesson. I-process muna natin yung lesson natin in the past. There are many things that I want you to process first. Let's start with those trust issues in the past. Okay? The trust issues that you experienced in the past, not until you rise above those experiences, there's an opportunity that you will have to learn first. And first card pa lang yan. We have Ace of Swords. Speaking, oh, ayan na. Sinasabi niya, it's literally through learning these lessons, only then shall everything will align for you. Because the least thing you would want to happen is that you wish for something because it's so easy to manifest this. Kung manifesting at manifesting lang. Sa totoo lang, there are so many ways for us to do that. And if this was an avid listener ng Tarot Choose, I've given many tips. Manifesting, practically, if you've known and if you follow every guideline I provide, madali mag-manifest. I've been manifesting a lot of things. But manifesting is one, but learning is another. Now, the second card is confirming. What's the third card? Oh my gosh. We have another major card. So in short, actually, ikaw may pinakamagandang sagot, no? Ikaw may pinakamagandang card sa atin. Sa lahat ng nakuha ng questions sa atin, ikaw lang ang nakakuha ng 2 out of 3 major cards. So in short, you listen well. You would want to manifest this? Kaya. May question ba? Will you find that someone? Oo naman. But the key is not finding it. The key is learning. You learn your lessons, heal yourself from past pain, and then love will arise. It's strong. It's a very strong answer. But without learning, you won't get it. So if you would really want, then learn. Heal, learn, and be genuine about it. That will help you manifest. So that is it sa ating session for tonight. Maraming salamat. Oh, eto na. Raffle time na tayo. This is a perfect time. Everybody who's tuned in, please key in your names para makasali naman tayo sa para makasali tayo sa raffle natin. Sige, lalagay ko lang yung natin here. Asan na yung December raffle. By the way, we have 19 na entries from last week's session. So tonight, it's, ano nga pa yung date natin tonight? November 9. Okay. November 9, 2021. Okay, please key in your name sa lahat ng mga gusto. Save the best for last. Totoong save the best for last. So please key in na yung mga names para isama ko na kayo sa raffle natin. And chismisan time na tayo. Sige. Baka may mga tawag dito. Baka may mga gusto kayong ikwento sa akin, mga nangyari nung nag-CR lang ako. Nakakatawa yun. So literal talaga. Yung kakasabi ko na oh my God, I'm Englishing. Nawiwi ako sa sobrang sobrang noseblood ko kanina. Sorry na. But again, key in your name sa lahat ng mga gusto sumali sa raffle entry natin. This is the right time for you to key in your names. Lagyan nyo na dyan yung names nyo para ma-add ko na kayo sa raffle natin. And again, this weekend, we have Ivy Imperial and anong tawag dito? And Ivy and Paula Policarpio as our winners ng meditation and life-changing mantras. I did not see Ivy tonight, but if you're watching and I know you're gonna watch our replay, so make sure you make sure you join us. Ayan na. Ay shush, mga nahihiya kayong mag-type in dahil hindi kaya sa of course. Okay, si Rain Zafra. The Princess of Mega World is joining the raffle. Alam ko, isa-stories mo na naman ako. Nakita ko isa-stories mo. Ayan. Of course, Paula, see you Sunday. Okay, napaka-meaningful ng class na yan. Meditation. Nakita ko nga, sabi nga kanina sabi ni my fellow Reiki master, si Master Lay, sabi niya, she attended that class. Sa lahat ng gustong mag-manifest, you can join that class. We will teach you how to manifest through mantras. So if you would want to manifest something, join that class. By the way, baka nga gusto sumali. Alam mo, gusto mo sumali. Ayun. Ay, shush. Of course. Ayan na yung mga pangalan. So, teka. Anong tawag dito? Sa lahat ng gusto mag-manifest, yung mga gusto mag-Sweden, tsaka yung pupunta ng Canada, sumali kayo. Because, yes, grabe the mantras and meditation class. And actually, yan si Teacher Lay, si Master Lay, ever since she started the mantras, may mga minanifest siya na mga na-harvest na niya. So I'm telling you, it's real. And again, I'm not gonna be here if I didn't manifest this myself through mantras as well. So yes, if you would want to manifest something, ay, welcome po. Yan. Yan. Okay, so yung names, Annalyn. Oy! Hello, Annalyn! Oo nga, syempre naman. Ang speaking, isa pang winner si Annalyn, syempre, nanalo yan. Oh, Tin Masangkay, yan. By the way, Tin, anong tawag dito? Nanalo ka rin from last raffle. Nanalo ka, pero Reiki 1 yung sa'yo. So in short, dahil you're already my student, pwede kang pwede kang magpadala ng either friend or family member to join Reiki 1. That will be your prize as well. So at least naging blessing ka pa sa ibang tao. So just send me the name ng kung sino yung gusto mong um, pag-aralin ng Reiki 1 and para yun na din yung prize mo. Okay? Yes, igi-gift ko kay ay, perfect! Oh, ayun naman pala. Oh, ayun na. So, perfect yan for your husband. Sige, go ahead. So, please key in your names para makasali kayo sa raffle natin. And also, make sure din na if you would want, kasi I know, there's really something tricky din kasi with YouTube, no? If you're using other search engines, anong tawag dito? Ang pinaka-compatible kasi is Chrome. If you're using Chrome and YouTube, yan, pwede. But if you're using Safari, hindi ka maka-comment. Medyo rivals kasi yan, so that's the cue. If you are unable to type in, you can send me a message doon sa dun sa Facebook page. Baka hindi niyo lang nata-type yung ano. Ayan na, Diyos ko po. Okay. Roxanne Barcy, of course, of course. Yan. Yan. So just key in your names to everybody who wants to participate in in our December raffle. Now the December schedule, it will be Amor Garcia, of course. Ayan. Every day is abundant. I think that's one of my major lessons here. Because I become more aware of everything that I can be grateful for each day. Find joy and abundance in the simple things. That's true. Ayun. Syempre naman, si Jeff. Okay. Ay, shush. Ayan na ang anak ko si J-Jet. Hello, hello. Syempre naman. Alam mo, J-Jet, lumalabas na yung buong pangalan mo sa autocorrect ko. So, ibig sabihin, lagi talaga kitang kausap. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Okay. So, please, again, meron pa tayong time. So, I already have 8 here. I can see I can see the number of viewers here. So, please send in your names, key in your names here. So, anong tawag dito? For everybody na nakapag-participate in our tonight's class, ito na yung nakalista yan every time. Now, at the end of our this month, we're gonna do another raffle. But before that, we're going to finalize our December schedule because yung December natin, it will be a little different compared to our schedules. Hindi tayo magsinsiksik kasi if you're checking the December schedule, the holidays are there. So, kumbaga hindi sing dami yung mga classes that we will be conducting ng December versus any normal month. Because I know most of us will be very, very busy with our family. Syempre, it's our family time. So we will come up with the December schedule first. We will also have to adjust. Yung ano namin, yung magiging raffle natin. But again, ang commitment naman ng Reiki with Marky is to continuously have this month after month. Okay? So pagdating ng January natin, that's my birthday month. By the way, baka mas maging generous tayo because that's my birthday month. And I want to be extra generous. Actually, Master Lay, totoo. One of my last week's lessons is to be present and to prepare myself for the future. And that includes appreciation of what is happening in the now. That's true. And I'm happy that we're all sharing these lessons all together. Now, this is gonna be our continuous commitment. In time, and I'm telling you, the way we will be helping each other, this also has a strong strong possibility to keep evolving pa. And I'm gonna be very excited how much more we can be of help. But pero ang commitment naman ni Reiki with Marky is to continuously find ways to keep helping. And right now, this is really working for everybody. And I'm trusting that there will be more opportunities in the future. But then, by that time, I'm pretty sure we will all be ready for that. But for now, maraming salamat muna for everybody who's joined and participated, lalo na sa mga nagstay. Nakikipagpuyatan, pero alam nyo na, huwag tayo masyadong mapuyat. Tayo nga taga-promote ng good health. So, kailangan natin matulog. So, I will be back this coming Thursday. Thursday, we will be joining, our live session will be in our Facebook, official Facebook page. But our Thursday, by the way, hindi lang ako nung Thursday because it's Diwali. So, anong tawag dito? Ang dami naming prayer rituals. It's Diwali. So, hindi ako nag-live. But this Thursday, we will resume. Thursday, please join us Thursday. We will talk about mga kababalaghan. So, join us on Thursday. Medyo Halloween special pa rin tayo on Thursday. 11:11 na. Baka mag-brown out na naman here. So, everybody, thank you. Thank you so much. Please, ayun na, nag-brown out na. Baby, pakiturn. Nag-brown out na. So please watch our weekly tarot reading dahil tomorrow medyo strong ang energy starting tomorrow hanggang Sabado. So if you haven't watched, please watch dahil it will allow us to be prepared. But for now, namaskaram everybody. 11:11. Oh my gosh, 11:11. If you're watching right now, expect some blessings. But right now, I want to thank everybody. Namaskaram. Maraming salamat and have a great week ahead. We will see you next Thursday. Namaskaram, everybody. Good night.